21 victory over New Mexico. It was Florida's 6th consecutive victory. Let's pick up the highlights. The Gators against the Lobos.
More than 72,000 at Bentonville Griffin Stadium on homecoming 1989. The Gators' Terry Watkins returned the opening kickoff 25 yards to the 33. Lex Smith, in his first ever start as a Gator, surprisingly opening the game by throwing a bomb down the right sideline, caught by Ernie Mills, but just out of bounds. On the next play, Lex Smith bobbles the snap, but still tosses to Emmett Smith. A sign of things to come. Emmett would dodge tacklers up the middle for a gain of 20 yards. On 2nd and 9, Lex Smith again fumbles the snap, but quickly picked it up and pitched to Emmett Smith around the right side. Smith darted 15 more yards. The Gators got into Lobo territory, but were forced to punt. On the first play, 1st and 10, Lobo quarterback Jeremy Leach drops into his own end zone, throws short, but a big hit by Gerald Odom knocks the ball incomplete. On 2nd and 10 from the 2, Dion Morrow with a draw play picks up 4 yards before Godfrey Miles makes the tackle. On 3rd and 6, Leach dropping into his own end zone, firing incomplete. The Gator defense was good on the Lobos' first possession. After an exchange of punts, the Gators with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 33. Lex Smith dropped back to pass, showed nice touch, and found Ernie Mills, who made a 33-yard reception. Later in the drive, Lex Smith pitched to Dexter McNabb, who went up the middle for a gain of 11. On 1st and 10 from the 12, Emmett Smith took the handoff up the middle. He went untouched for a 12-yard touchdown. 7-0 Gators.
This is Emmett's first touchdown. It's off our sprint draw series, and New Mexico has really overloaded their set to the outside because normally it's where it breaks, but it's also can break it back inside, which obviously it was a big hole for a touchdown.
With 3 minutes to go on in the second quarter, the Lobos with the ball. Jeremy Leach hit Eric Morgan on the sideline for a gain of 12 and a Lobo first down. On the next play, the 46, Leach rolled right and found All-American wide receiver Terrence Mathis, who goes high to make the grab, a gain of 13. Leach finding Kano Brown, another reception, and an 18-yard pickup as the Lobos moved the ball through the air. After a penalty, 3rd and 28 from the 33, leaked from the shotgun, threw across the middle for Eric Morgan, but Terry Watkins made the interception.
We was in cover 2 in
series, the Gators showcased Emmett Smith. Here, up the middle, for 11 yards and a first down. From the 24-yard line, Emmett Smith again gets the call straight ahead and picks up 4 yards. Then on 2nd and 6, the record-breaking run. Emmett Smith up the middle, busted a tackle, veered to the outside, into Lobo territory, appeared to go all the way. The Lobos managed to cut him off, and somehow Emmett squeezed into the end zone for a 72-yard touchdown run. It would be the run that would give him the all-time Florida rushing record, surpassing Neil Anderson.
Overall, my day, I think I had a pretty good day. As long as my linemen are doing their job, I can do my job, and I feel like they did their job very well today. I picked and darted in and out, did what I had to do with the help of them and Cedric and Dare Perry. We all went out and made my job a lot easier. This is the next play. This is the historic play in Gator history right here. And true vintage and the mystique of Emmett Smith, you can see right there. People's got him, he breaks the tackle. Now he's coming down the sideline, and good team football from there. Blocking start to show up, using his speed, coming down the sideline, and he's always scanning the field, looking there, and other people show up, and now it looks like the blockers alone can help him, because our players are playing so well, but yet they break the blocks, and then how does a man still make an end zone through that? Only Emmett knows. What a great run.
The Gator defense played well in the first half as they shut out the Lobos before the intermission.
Right at the end of the second quarter, we're trying to do 2 things. Trying to get a rush on, but at the same time, make sure if they run the ball, we get the fella tackle, because that will allow us a couple of plays that we get a chance for a field goal, and Huey makes a great play in doing that.
With Lex Smith nursing a cut on his left hand, the Gators' Donald Douglas quarterbacked the team in the final moments of the second quarter. He scampered for 5 yards. And then, on the final play of the half, Douglas showed his strong arm, firing a long pass that went out of the back of the end zone. The Gators failed to connect, but they went to the locker room, leading at halftime. Florida 14, New Mexico nothing. Coming up, halftime features and this week's Gator Tips.
To go the rest of the way. We actually left the locker room at halftime. This is the story. And I was like, we left the locker room at halftime thinking that Lex was going to be able to start the second half. It had stitches in his hand, and it was.
The Gators kicked off the dangerous kick returner Terrence Mathis, who brought the ball 26 yards up the field to the 29-yard line. But New Mexico was unable to make a first down, and the Gators would take over. On 2nd and 3 from the 31, Emmitt Smith took the handoff from Donald Douglas up the middle. Emmitt raced 14 yards for a Gator first down. Later in the drive, on 4th and 1, Emmitt Smith up the middle for 8 yards and a Florida first down. From the 28, Emmitt Smith again stole the show, cutting and slashing for 20 yards before finally being roughed up out of bounds. On 1st and 18, Donald Douglas kept the ball on the option right, showed his speed, and picked up 15 yards. Then on 1st and goal from the 2, Emmitt Smith scored his 3rd touchdown of the game, putting him atop the Florida touchdown list. 33 touchdowns, 32 on the ground, both records. It was Florida 21, New Mexico nothing. On 3rd and 7, Leach from the shotgun fired to Mike Henderson on the sideline for a gain of 12. On 2nd and 10 from the 36, Leach again going to Mike Henderson. This would be a gain of 13. Then on 2nd and 1, out of the bag of tricks, Leach pitched to Terrence Mathis, who spread right and then fired into the end zone, but Richard Fain broke up the play.
This is New Mexico again doing a great job using their great player Mathis and on a reverse round. Now it's a reverse pass. But boy, did Richard Fain make a heads-up play. Jimmy guy comes off of contain, he stays with his guy and does a nice break-up on a reverse pass.
The Lobos kept the pressure on, though, as Leach walked to the touchdown pass to Terrence Mathis. The Florida lead was 21-7. On the Gators' next series, Donald Douglas pitched to Willie McClendon, who carried for 6 yards. Then on 3rd and 9, Douglas rolled right, avoided the tackler, and then danced down the sideline, an 11-yard pickup, giving Florida a first down. From the 48-yard line, Cedric Smith got the call, and the big fullback exploded up the middle for his longest run as a Gator, 36 yards and a first down, and Cedric wasn't complaining.
It wasn't a pretty win. As you know, they came pretty close in the second half, but it was a win. We're 6-1, and I can't distinguish between a good and a bad win. It's another win for us, and I'm just proud of it.
Cedric Smith won, set up a 22-yard field goal by Arden Krzyzewski on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The Gators led 24-7. But in the 4th quarter, Jeremy Leach, out of the shotgun with plenty of time to pass, found Kano Brown on his back for a spectacular grab. On 1st and 10 from the 40, Leach fired right, a quick out to Eric Morgan, who broke tackles down the sidelines for 23 yards. On 2nd and 9 from the 16, Leach dropped back to pass and threaded the needle to Terrence Mathis between 2 Gator defenders for the touchdown. The Florida lead was cut to 24-14. The Gators took over, and Emmitt Smith went left and pulled his way for 12 yards. On 2nd and 9 from the 46, Donald Douglas faked the option right and kept for a gain of 7 yards. It was 3rd and 2 from the 39 when Emmitt Smith got the call, and he responded with this 16-yard gallop up the middle. On 3rd and 9, Donald Douglas back to pass, firing over the middle to tight end Greg Keller. That set up Arden Krzyzewski's 2nd field goal of the game, a 33-yarder. The Gators 27, the Lobos 14. New Mexico with the football on 2nd and 9 from the 27 when Leach hit Jerome Williams on a quick slant for a gain of 8. Again, out of the shotgun, Leach looking and firing deep to Eric Morgan. It would be 41 yards and a touchdown, and the Lobos had pulled to within 6. It was 27-21. But again, the Gators turned to Emmitt Smith, who took the pitch, broke a sure tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and busted into the clear. A brilliant 39-yard run. And Emmitt gained 316 yards.
Well, basically, I think we had to come together because we had lost Mark White earlier in the week from a suspension, and we knew that New Mexico was going to
put points on the board. So here came the Lobos. Leach finding Terrence Mathis across the middle for a gain of 10. Leach was 26 of 38 for 279 yards and 3 touchdowns. But this time, Mark Murray sacked him. And with time running out, the Gator defense responded when Leach looked to hit Eric Morgan. Instead, Will White intercepted for Florida.
This is the end of the game, and we've had to really try to charge up our rush to try to get some pressure on them. We softened up our coverage. And then Will White's a center fielder, and he makes a great break on the football and a great interception, and we've had a good day.
White's interception secured Florida's 6th straight victory. The final, Florida 27, New Mexico 21.